Once upon a time, in the court of Connacht, there was a man named Ailill and his wife Maeve. Ailill always boasted to his wife that he had the best white bull in all of Ireland and that his bull was better than even her.
How can my husband be so evil and sexist? I will show him. I will find the best bull in all of Ireland and prove to him that I am far superior.
And so Maeve began her search for Ireland's greatest bull. While searching, she learned of a brown bull belonging to an Ulster chieftain that was far superior to Ailill's bull. She tried using diplomatic measures to obtain the bull, but the chieftain denied her request. Maeve grew furious with fury and furious feelings. She knew that obtaining the bull was the only way to beat her husband, and she needed to get it, even if by force. When the Ulster chieftain heard the rumors of Maeve's evil plot, he became sick with worry. He decided to negotiate with Maeve, but Maeve betrayed the Ulster chieftain by raiding the city of Ulster. The soldiers of Ulster attempted to assemble, but the men of the Ulster army were rendered useless. The soldiers of Ulster were conflicted with the curse of Macha. The curse caused the men of Ulster to experience pangs of labor for 5 days and 5 nights in their time of largest need.
Yeah, the pain. It feels like I'm having babies.
But wait, look at that! One lone warrior was not struck down by the curse of the Macha. It was Cu Chulainn, a boy who was exempt from the curse because of his youth, not yet being of shaving age.
Fear not, my fellow countrymen. I will defeat the army of Connacht and deliver Ulster to victory.
Cu Chulainn was a seasoned fighter, but his talents did not go far beyond the skill of the spear. Whilst fighting on the field of fights, he came across a beautiful woman. Unbeknownst to him, however, it was the goddess Morgan of war. "Hello, beautiful stateliness! Oh, you are as fair as a new dawn! Wilt thou kiss me, you manly hug of manliness? My life will not be complete until our lips have touched. Please, hold me in your embrace. I have not seen such beauty ever in my life, and I'm a goddess, so I'm pretty sure I know beauty. I care not that you are only 12.
I'm sorry, fair maiden, but I cannot accept the generous token of your love. I'm a great warrior in the midst of battle. I have no time for this. Stand aside. I've got people to kill.
What? How could you refuse me? I've said all those romantic and true things. Now you will have to pay with death. Morgan was outraged at Cu Chulainn. She set about attacking him in any way that she could. She turned into a heifer, she turned into an eel, and then a wolf. But nothing that she did stopped Cu Chulainn from fighting his enemies. His berserker frenzy was no match for her or the other warriors that she sent after him. Cu Chulainn was able to delay Maeve's army from reaching the city of Ulster, but unfortunately the invasion was inevitable. Maeve's army was eventually successful in capturing the Ulster chieftain's brown bull. Unfortunately, the war around the city continued to rage on. With the men of the army completely helpless, it was up to the children of Ulster to defend the city gates.
Come, comrades. Our fathers are ill from the dreaded curse of the Macha. But we can fight. We must take up arms and defend the fort against the Connacht's army. We are heroic and strong. With the strength of our fathers, there is no way we can lose.
What? These little leprechauns are no match for us. Let them feel the cold edge of our spears. Mwah!
And indeed, they weren't. They were slaughtered ruthlessly, down to the last boy. Heads flew from bodies and blood spewed from the open necks where their heads once were. When Cu Chulainn heard of the massacre of the boy warriors, he went into another berserker frenzy and attacked the opposing army. He annihilated dozens of enemy troops. His next foe was a sorcerer named Calatin. Normally, this fight would have been easy pie for Cu Chulainn, but there is something special about Calatin. He had merged his body with his 27 sons and was nearly invincible.
Oh my. How am I, a single man, going to be able to fight against 27 pairs of arms? This is quite an unfair advantage.
Ah ha ha ha! You will be defeated for sure, young fool! Ah ha ha ha!
Indeed, Cu Chulainn was in deep trouble, and throughout the battle he struggled. He would have definitely died if there hadn't been an Ulster exile, Fiacha, who took pity on him. "Look at that pitiful hero! I must help him. I will go and sneak up upon evil Calatin and his sons." So Fiacha leapt out of the bushes and severed the 54 arms of Calatin's sons.
No! How did I not notice what you were doing halfway through it and stop you? Gah!
Oh, thank you, my friend. Now I can defend myself much better, and I will defeat Calatin.
And finally, Calatin was killed. However, his next foe would be the hardest he would have to face. Not because he was fearful of dying, but because his next rival was Ferdiad, his best friend since childhood. Together they became warriors, swearing they would never fight each other. The Canucks were about to choose Ferdiad as their champion.
Ferdiad, you must fight Cu Chulainn for our country.
No, I will not.
I will give you land and gold if you do. Land, gold, my daughter's hand in marriage? Come on, she's pretty cute. Land, gold, daughter? Sounds like a pretty sweet deal to me.
Never. Cu Chulainn may as well be my own brother. I would never lay a finger of wrath upon him. Also, your daughter is ugly.
Fine, you fool! If you do not fight for me, I will tell all of the land's musicians and bards that Ferdiad is too much of a coward to fight.
Ah, how dare you impugn my honor? I have no choice but to fight, now with my courage and my pride at stake.
One morning, Cu Chulainn received word that the opposing side had chosen their champion. When he learned that it was his childhood friend, he fell into depression and sorrow. However, the two agreed to fight for their countrymen, and for 2 days the friends battled until they both agreed to retire for the day.
I see that you've improved, Ferdiad, but you still suck.
Ha! It is you that sucks, Cu Chulainn. I will show you how a real 11-year-old boy fights.
Finally, the third and final day arrived, and the two warriors fought even harder, this time without restraints. And at last, with the spear, the Gaebold, Cu Chulainn killed his dearest friend, and Ferdiad fell from his mortal wound. Cu Chulainn caught him in his arms and carried his dying friend away.
Oh, I'm so stricken with grief. I lost my best friend. Oh, the pain. Yeah. My heart is literally breaking. This is so unfortunate.
Cu Chulainn was so distraught from his heartache and wounds that he lost consciousness.
Look! I do not see Cu Chulainn across from the ford. Ferdiad must have actually won. I cannot believe it. Finally, victory is ours. We can finally cross the ford freely, and we can raid the towns.
So they pillaged Ulster, and they took cattle, and they ran with money. However, the Connaught army was unaware that the curse of the Macha had finally run its course, and that the Ulster armies began to rearm themselves to face the opposing army.
We'll get revenge, men. Charge!
And look, there was brave Cu Chulainn.
By this time, Cu Chulainn had recovered from his terrible heartache and body ache.
Do not worry, men. I have come to release justice upon these barbarians. Arg!
And when the two armies clashed, the victory was obvious. The Ulster forces, with Cu Chulainn leading the way, easily pushed back the Connaughts. During the fight, Cu Chulainn came across Maeve in the battlefield.
Oh, please, Cu Chulainn, please do not kill me. Spare my life. I will give you gold, land, and my daughter.
Your daughter is ugly. But fear not, maiden. I will never harm you, and I will escort you safely back to Connaught.
Oh, thank you, my friend. Do you really think my daughter is...
Back at the Connaught court, the stolen brown bull for which the battle had taken place fought Ailill's prized white bull, and in the end, both bulls were killed. The battle that both sides had lost so many men for was seemingly for nothing.
Hey, 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 laddie, hey, 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 we'll drink the night away.